I promise by the end of this, you're all gonna be besties.
It's just so exciting. Everything in my life has led me to this moment.
Ooh, see, I forgot this.
I feel really nervous for them.
They're a mirror into the deep inequalities shaping our world.
This is the time to rethink teleprompters, yes?
No.
We have to go wash it off in a river of cheese.
I love how much fun she's having up there.
Sorry, emotional again.
It is wild out there.
How am I gonna go through life again? How am I gonna move forward?
I died.
I died!
Oh.
But
My name is Reggie Watts, and my life changed forever when I got the opportunity to speak at TED. Now, TED is searching the globe for ideas that could change everything. 9 TEDx events around the world, giving a global voice to the unknown. 6 minutes that can inspire, motivate, and change their lives forever. But that's not all. Coached by an expert panel, one lucky speaker will be surprised with the opportunity of a lifetime. A chance to speak on the TED main stage and have their voices heard by millions. This is the TED Idea Search. Jordan, a land shaped by ancient civilizations and vast deserts. And at its heart, Amman, where modern ideas meet deep history. Today, it's home to our final group of TED hopefuls, ready to share their ideas with the TED team.
My name is Dina Halase. I'm from Jordan. I've been a brain trainer for some time, and I've seen brain training change so many lives. I've seen kids struggle, parents cry in front of me, just worried about their kids, not sure what to do with them. No one thinks you're born an athlete. No one thinks you're perfect doing sports. But somehow when it comes to math, it's either you're good or you're bad. No one actually thinks about training that skill. So I wanted to make sure to get my idea across to as many people as I can that something can be done and their brains can actually change.
when I found out that I'm gonna be delivering a TED Talk at this global stage, I can't tell you the happiness I felt.
I think I'll be honored, I'll be grateful. It's a really big deal for me. I really am excited about this.
I've been trying to spread hope throughout my life, throughout everything that I do. There's always hope, there's always a better tomorrow.
I think if you have good intentions and your heart is in the right place, things will happen for you.
With 24 hours until the speakers take the stage, they have the opportunity to get invaluable feedback from the panel to help them perfect their talks.
We're gonna go through, we're gonna have everybody run through their talks, give a little last minute feedback. You're in good shape now, you were selected for a reason, you're gonna be amazing up there, and we are just here to really support you. And I promise by the end of this, you're all gonna be besties.
Let's welcome our first speaker of Rehearsal, Dina.
It was interesting, it was hard, because I thought I would remember everything, obviously, brain trainer, I'm good at memory, but then standing there, having everyone look at you, it's completely different.
This is the most important part. If I want anything out of this talk, it's for you to remember these 3 facts. Number 1, your brain can be trained.
I was nervous because it's not like practicing at your own home or when you're practicing in front of family.
I think it's okay to be shaky, and I think it's okay to be nervous because that's so human. And I think what shines brightest is when you can tell someone really cares about what they're talking about.
As many of you know, Saudi was quite different back then. Sports was not accessible to women. I felt a strong urge to teach dance classes. I didn't have a venue to teach. So my stepfather offered a temporary solution, using a warehouse in his office building. Bless my stepfather, he thought it was a temporary solution. We ain't going nowhere.
I really resonate with Nelly's talk. I think it really touched my heart. I just liked the emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
I went up a mountain, down the mountain.
Yeah.
I danced. I've lived through all the emotions, and I think it's wonderful.
My name is Nelly Attar, and I'm from Lebanon. The big idea I want to share with the world is only by taking risks can you find out how far you can go. This idea is so important to me because it's my dad's favorite quote, and my dad's no longer here today. Climbing K2 was one of my favorite moments, standing on top of that summit, making history for the Arab region, making history as a woman in a male-dominant sport. I wouldn't be here today if I didn't take risks over and over and over and over again. Everyone tries to shy away from discomfort, but I think this is where the best things in my life have happened. Once you see that there's great things on the other side of fear, you never want to go back. Move is not just a dance studio. It was a national movement, the national movement that Saudi needed. Imagine I had not taken that risk of teaching those horrible classes from the hospital.
I listened to Nelly Attar talk, and she was like, in Saudi Arabia, they was forbidden to do like everything for women, like dancing, walking even out the streets.
Nelly is kind of born to do this. Looking at performance alone, she's definitely top tier, but that's not what that's totally about. We have to also look at the idea and see if it's strong enough.
The work that you've done is incredible, and I think just really making sure that part of it really lands, dials up the impact that you've made.
We have another rehearsal, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the TED people have been so helpful. This has been a learning journey of its own. Just, from delivering a standard talk to, no, Nelly, speak to people. It's from human to human.
These paradoxes are not just noise. They're a mirror into the deep inequalities shaping our world. Every headline news, a brutal reminder of that. One family returning veteran hero is another civilian tragedy somewhere in the global south.
My name is Rima Daras. I think everybody in our region is going through this guilt of being able to have a meal and think big in the corporate world when really next door people are dying of hunger and there's nothing we can do about it. That paradox of our daily lives is eating us up. The minute you start losing empathy, that becomes the biggest danger that we have, and that is the root cause of all injustices from the beginning of time. I just want people to dig deep beyond the headlines and redefine success to the impact you've done to the world.
When I teach resiliency in corporate settings, this is the first image that comes to my mind. Feeling burnt out? It's okay. Resiliency will help you get back on track. Psychological safety in the workplace, promoting an environment where people feel safe to speak up and be seen. You guys see where I'm going with this?
I think you could actually dial up the contrast a bit more, like by kind of getting a little somber about the image. When I'm thinking about, resilience in the workplace, this is the image I think of.
Yeah.
To kind of and to bring us down to match the tone of the image. As an empath, I have I don't know what my reaction should be. It's been challenging in some cases to get speakers to really dig into the topics and go super deep on the talks. Rima has this really personal talk that should be a longer in-depth talk.
Oh, they are clever. They know their stuff. So yeah, feedback was so important for us, all of us.
Words that we use about mental health don't describe reality, they shape it. When you use words of dignity, you give people voices and you make them feel they are heard. My name is Tala Al-Kud and I'm from Amman, Jordan. My main idea here is that mental health is not really a foreign idea. It's not a Western idea. Taking care of our mental well-being and mental health is rooted in our own culture or faith in our own poetry. I've personally worked in mental health for over 20 years, and I've seen the impact of mental health as a field growing in Jordan. I like to have people start their discussions and start talking about mental health. And I really felt like mental health has to take stage on a big platform like this, especially in our region and in our area. It's really a universal language. I'd sit in meetings where the people discuss bold ideas, strong voices. But when you mention mental health, voice drops, eyes dropped, and the shame sweeps in. See, I forgot this. Okay. Can I stop?
During rehearsals, a number of speakers still had some work. And I think here, people are maybe not used to taking the stage as much, and the stakes are high for these people, and I think they're feeling it.
See, I'm mixing it up again. I'm just trying to remember it. So, our culture has always known hardship, and it has always known resilience, right? This is a time to rethink teleprompters, yes?
No, we don't like teleprompters because you are connecting with us human to human.
She struggled a bit in rehearsals. She was forgetting lines quite a bit.
Make sure that you know what's on the slide so that you can glance at the slide versus read the slide.
Everyone on the team has been really great in kind of helping us not only tweak our talk, but actually get up on stage and be able to do it. So now I'm much more comfortable than I used to be a few hours ago.
Some of these ideas left me in tears. I was so emotional the whole time. It's bigger. And it made me feel like this is real. This is the real thing. This is where you get your point across. It was surreal. It was like a whole different thing, a whole different experience.
One of my first students, the first thing he ever said to me was, "I'm stupid. I won't be able to do this." We started working. We started working and we worked on those little skills that he needed. And then suddenly, towards the end, he started saying, "I'm a genius." I lost my track with Sammy. Okay, so, time is up. All right.
Dina's trying to pack a lot into 6 minutes. I feel really nervous for them.
Oh, feedback.
How far off were we on time?
1 minute.
Okay. You got a little choked up at the Sammy part, which is fine when you do, but I think it threw you, sort of.
I think I can manage to control my emotions on stage. But I've been waiting for a long time to share that message to make sure people can actually hear that.
I've actually learned a lot about myself. I think I've always been a shy person trying to avoid the limelight or maybe the spotlight. But I just feel like, I do have something to say, and I think that's worth sharing.
I'm believing in our amazing speakers. Like, it's gonna be something really, 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 really amazing.
I feel like we have the full spectrum of preparedness from people who are pretty much ready to go for tomorrow.
And there's some people that I feel like that didn't have their talk really rehearsed at all today that I bet will pull it out for tomorrow once they see the audience.
Some of them, as they've heard each other, they've been motivated to level up a little bit. I would definitely say some people have a lot to do in the next 24 hours.
I can't wait to see them tomorrow. I'm so excited.
Nothing can prepare our speakers for the red dot until they step onto it for the very first time. And in this epic 6,000-seat amphitheater, composure will matter just as much as content.
It felt really nice standing on that stage. I felt connected to everything.
Anxiety, I feel like that's going to be the dominant emotion, but I think it's trying to shift that anxiety into excitement.
I try to control my movement and energy. It's just so big. It's big. Delivering a TED Talk at this global stage, it's just so exciting.
It would be a great opportunity for our voices here to be heard.
Just want to make sure that this idea gets to every single person out there because I've seen life-changing results. Sorry, emotional again.
With the desert sun rising, it's show day in Amman. In just a few hours, the Roman theater will be filled with an audience hoping to be educated and entertained.
We're gonna do a little exercise to help us calm the nerves and feel a little bit more present, okay?
I just want to be myself, to be honest, and I want to have fun with it. And I want to see, what the day is going to bring.
You're in this moment. Tap, 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 tap. It is here, you're real, you're in this place.
I want to make sure that the voices of the students that I've trained, the lives that I've changed, can actually get there.
Stick out your tongue and say, ah.
I want people to feel if Nelly could do these things, I could do crazier things.
3, 2, 1.
I never thought I'd reach to where I am right now. I want to leave the next 6 minutes with something that's powerful and impactful and will help people realize that if you're going through something, a struggle, know that you're not alone.
I feel everything in my life has led me to this moment.
I'm ready for it.
Final preparations are complete. The open-air seats begin to fill. And TEDx Amman is just moments away from beginning.
Let me just tell you how incredible it is to be here in Amman. Please help me by giving a warm welcome to our first speaker, Rima Daras.
All right, TEDx Amman. This looks like a massive event. I wonder how the speakers are going to connect with everyone in a venue this big.
Well, hello.
Hello.
Wow, it is wild out there. This theater is so impressive and so crazy. It is 2,000 years old, and it's a little tricky because the audience is kind of far from the stage, and it's just grand. We're gonna hear from Rima. She had a really strong rehearsal. She was really well prepared. I wonder if there is enough meat to this talk, enough deep substance.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how the audience here will connect to it.
Yeah.
Have you ever been stressed out and someone came up to you and said, "It's okay, it's about resiliency"? Now imagine hearing that standing underneath an F-16 firing jet, dropping bombs over your head. Still feeling inspired?
It's tricky because I think when you stand up there, you feel like you have to kind of project more than normal. And so it's like that comes across too.
Yeah, I feel like in a space like this, it's really hard to make a talk a conversation, and it's very much speaker audience.
I'm also from the global south of the world, a region too well defined by war, displacement, and headline news that reduce human lives to just numbers. My people have been dehumanized. And yet, here I am, teaching resiliency in the workplace. So yes, you might say I have become a little bit of a cynic. When I teach resiliency in corporate settings, this is the image that always comes to my mind. Feeling burnt out? It's okay. Resiliency will help you get back on track. Psychological safety in the workplace. Promoting an environment where people feel safe to speak up and be seen. You guys see where I'm going with this?
In rehearsal yesterday, we gave a few notes.
I think she really did her best.
Even outside the boardrooms, as I flipped through my Instagram feed, on one side of my story, children in a famine crying out for food, and on the other side, AI perfecting my next matcha latte. All been there.
I mean, the content is just such a reality for so many people. It's a weird duality that's happening in life. Like she said, matcha lattes.
She got an applause when she said that too. Like, I think it's connecting because she's not the only one.
Yeah.
We don't live on this planet alone, you guys, and yet modern mindsets tell you you do. They glorify individualism. Be careful from that, because the danger lies is that you start to lose empathy for the people around you and the rest of the world. And that is the root cause of all injustices since the beginning of time. That lack of empathy.
Global South has always been about the collective, and perhaps those learnings are something we can share with the rest of the world.
You can see the way she's moving back and forth. There's a lot of ground to cover.
Yeah. With all that said, I mean, her delivery really is on point. She is doing a beautiful job.
I have seen ex-CEOs and ex-world leaders doing master classes on leadership who are actually on the Human Rights Watch list and the biggest polluters of this earth. Where is our due diligence? Be conscious of who they tell you your role models are. I guess what I'm trying to say is we need to fix the systems that imprison us before we fix ourselves. And the only way we can do that is in service of others and speaking the truth. Thank you.
She's getting a good applause here.
I mean, she did a great job. I'm pretty sure it did connect with the audience.
She seemed really happy and that she felt connected from her spot on the stage, and I loved seeing that.
I'm going back through everything. Even though I did a slip up, the audience was responsive. It resonated with them. I'm very proud of myself, and I did what I came to do, so that's relief.
It's a deep topic, and it's tough to go deep enough and make sure it's deep, it's complex, and in 6 minutes, is it possible to go deep enough? Mm-hmm. It's a little tough. Next up, we have Tala, who's giving a talk about the importance of having conversations about mental health in the region. I'm really looking forward to this.
Think of the last time someone asked you, "How are you?" What did you say? "I'm fine, alhamdulillah, I'm good." But if you're really honest, you would say, "I'm tired." Here's the thing. We don't know how to talk about our mental well-being, although our culture is packed with words of care and resilience. Take this one. يعطيكم العافية. You say it to your mom, and she softens. You say it to your boss, and the deadline is no longer urgent. You say it to a stranger in the street, and you've earned yourself a smile.
She is really doing a good job on the stage of not stepping too much into the grand place. She sounds like herself.
She really does.
The words we use about our mental health don't just describe our reality, they shape it, they label it. But that's the thing. This is not a new idea. Think about Al-Mutanabbi, where he said, wounds to the spirit can be heavier than wounds to the flesh. Already making a distinction between the mind and body and saying they are both vitally important. Our poets, from Darwish's affirmation of life to Gibran's thread of hope, Rumi's metaphor of love and renewal, turned our pain into poetry, our grief into resilience, and our exile into belonging. محمود درويش ونحن نحب الحياة إذا ما استطعنا إليها سبيلا.
I think once people in the audience heard the Arabic words come up, they probably zoned in quite heavily on her.
Yeah. I think she did such a beautiful job of working Arabic into this talk so that it connects easily with the people in the room. Mm-hmm. And if you're an English speaker only, we don't miss a beat either. And she's not, exactly just translating for us, it just works in the two languages.
Do not despair of God's mercy. لا تقنطوا من رحمة الله. Our faith also tells us your body has a right over you and your mind has a right over you. Already telling us that mental health, or our health in general, has a right over us because it is holistic and it's a balance between both.
It's really hard when a slide has a lot of words on it. And I think this is a really important slide, but I think people's attention are probably so divided between reading the words, hearing what she's trying to talk about, and seeing what they could take with it.
Mental health is not a weakness. It is not foreign. It is not a taboo. and it's definitely not shameful. It's in our greetings, in our music, in our poetry, in our art, and in our faith. It is a return to our roots, and it starts with 2 simple words. يعطيكم العافية. Thank you.
Look at that. The audience reaction is great. They were definitely connected, and that's some good, strong applause right there.
I really enjoyed that. It was fun. The energy's great. The audience is great. You know, you're amongst family and friends, and it can't be more beautiful than this, really.
It's a tricky thing to judge, I think, for us because we do talk about mental health pretty openly in the West. Like, this is a cultural difference that we've learned about in the last 24 hours, and I think the audience is really appreciating the fact that she's making the case here to talk about this. You know, part of our tour is that we're really getting to learn about how different parts of the world approach ideas. Nellie is really an amazing human. I think the way she trains as an athlete, she has trained for this talk. She was in great shape in rehearsals. She is not feeling well today. We saw her backstage. She's quite sick. So let's see if we can tell here, because that's a tough thing to overcome.
I love sports. Sports has taught me over and over again that only if I risk going far can I find out how far I can go. I felt a strong urge to teach dance classes. I wanted to move. Now, the idea sounded simple, but it was quite a risk. Music was not allowed in public venues. Organized sports for women was unconventional. How will this be received? Can I even teach a class? Do I know how to teach a class? Well, there's only one way to know. I risked it.
You cannot tell she is not feeling well, and I think she is really bringing the energy.
So I started running the classes from the warehouse, and so many women showed up to my surprise. So I quit my full-time job and I focused entirely on this community. And I honestly had no idea what I was doing. I just took risks and I went with it. In a span of 5 years, we went from being an underground community at a warehouse to becoming Saudi's first dance studio.
I love this. That is just...
Yeah, that's an incredible story. And it really does exude the main point she's making about taking risks.
Yeah. And when I was not coaching and running the studio, you'd find me training. I immersed myself in sports completely. And I wanted to pave the way for women. I wanted to show them how they can do outdoor sports in this tricky environment. So I went from barely being able to run 400 meters to running marathons around the world. Eventually, triathlons. In 2019, I found myself standing at 8,848 meters above sea level. Do you guys know where that is? Everest.
She summited Everest. Listen to them cheer. They are so proud of her. People are really responding to this. You know, they're clapping and really cheering her on along the way. That's great to see.
Little did I know what was to come. November 2020, my father passed away. Allah yarhamu. From top of the world in 2019 to the deepest, darkest rock bottom in 2020. How am I gonna go through life again? How am I gonna move forward? What would my dad want for me?
Only those who risk going far can find out how far they can go.
This is my dad.
Oh, that's a beautiful moment. I love that she said those words along with him.
And he would want me to take risks. So I took risks. A few days after Dad passed away, I started an initiative in his honor called Sunday Sports because Baba loved doing sports on Sunday. So people all across the world joined me virtually to train with me. And 1 year later, I made it to the top of the world again. This time around, I made history for the Arab region. by becoming the first Arab to stand on the world's most dangerous mountain, K2. My flex, my biggest flex, is not my grip strength or my lung capacity. It's my capacity to take risks. And when I hit rock bottom is when taking risks mattered the most. It's when taking risks propelled me the furthest. Guys, I really hope that my story today inspires you to take a risk towards what you're afraid to do. You don't know where it's going to take you. Because only those who risk going far will go far. Thank you.
That was just so well delivered.
I mean, she is just the coolest.
I feel great. It's done. Oh, I feel awake. I feel alive. I'm so happy. I don't think I could have done better, considering especially that I'm sick, so really happy. 5 years later, I still cry every time I talk about him. And I wouldn't want it any other way.
He was there with you, huh?
I hope so. And I hope he's proud.
When you have these kinds of talks, they can so easily fall into this trap where they're just like your typical motivational speaker type of talk. You have to have the credentials. She's got that.
I think she truly brought a unique lens to this topic. I feel like I learned something from her.
Next up, we have Dina, who is giving a talk about training your brain.
She was amazing in rehearsal yesterday. She had her entire talk memorized.
Well, given the subject matter, it'd be kind of embarrassing if she didn't.
Yeah, that would be ironic. And I hope that does not happen to her.
I know.
We live in the world of AI. Our small devices in our pockets can get any information in a matter of seconds. But we were never taught how to use that information, how to be creative with it, how to analyze it, how to remember it, and how to focus. So today, I'm going to tell you 3 facts about your brain. Fact number 1. Are you guys ready? You can, yeah? Okay.
Look at her, she's like calling to the audience to make sure she's getting their attention. I think she maybe felt she was losing them, but she knows how to get them back in.
You can actually train your brain, all right? So in order to explain that, we're gonna try it firsthand. Let's assume we're going to the store and we have to buy a list of things. And you have 1 minute to remember that list. What do you think? Is that easy? Can you do it? Let's try it my way. All right, so the first word is milk. Let's imagine we're just pouring milk into a cup. The milk splashes. One of those splashes turns into an egg. The bread feels sticky and sticky, and we have to go wash it off in a river of cheese.
A river of cheese, like this is such a fun story and so visual.
I love how much fun she's having up there.
Can you imagine like those apple slices turning into a boat? There's a chicken riding the boat, and the chicken is just so excited, throwing confetti of rice everywhere, rice everywhere. The rice hits the tomato, and the tomato explodes into the cup of coffee. There's coffee all over the table. We just give up, and let's just have some ice cream. Now I want you to try it. What was the first word? Milk. What happened? The splashes? Eggs, then? Bread?
Cheese.
Exactly, river of cheese. Apple. All right, what was riding the apple? Chicken. Rice everywhere.
Rice. Confetti.
And finally, let's just have a break with ice cream. What do you guys think?
It really works. Yeah. Sometimes when you have some kind of interactive element to a talk like that, you know, really keeping it simple and straightforward and something that people can engage in quickly without a ton of instruction really works. And I think we just saw that.
I'm impressed with her because this is a hard thing to do in such a big venue.
This takes me to point number 2. If you can train your brain, then you can become smarter. I'm just gonna share a story of one of my students. This was like 13 years ago. His name was Sami. He was only 9 and he had so many learning difficulties. He couldn't read, write, focus, and do math. When he first came to me, the first word he said was, "I'm stupid, I can't do this." Can you imagine how heartbreaking that is? Can you imagine a mom or a dad seeing their kids say that? Sorry.
I think that moved her because you could hear her voice just change a little bit.
That kid, we trained every day, and towards the end, that "I'm stupid" turned into "I'm a genius." A kid that was 9 turned into a genius. And that takes me to point number 3. You need to make sure that you treat your brain like a muscle. With time, I promise you, your brain will thank you for it. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, listen to that. Applause for her. That exercise definitely got the audience engaged.
It's fun and useful.
That was amazing, honestly. It was scary at first, because it's a lot of people. Like the whole place is filled. I finished it with 30 seconds left to go. Now I can get the energy going. I think I need to exercise. Where's Nelly? Give me Nelly, I need to do something.
When you think about Vancouver, you do have a lot of brain scientists there. We're going to have a lot of big, hefty ideas. And I think this is it's an incredible tool. Is it enough? Does it have enough weight for the Vancouver stage?
And with that, the event draws to a close under the cover of night. But there is no time to rest just yet, as the TED panel have a difficult decision to make.
You guys, I don't know, everyone was so amazing today. This is so hard, so hard.
Oh, it's really a very, very, very hard choice. But for me, I'm going to choose Nelly Attar.
Okay, Tarek, it's your turn.
It's very hard. Talks were amazing. I love them all. I love Tara.
They both really actually made me cry, and I felt very moved by both of them.
Dina is amazing.
Amazing.
Oh, this is amazing.
They all went up 2 letter grades from yesterday in rehearsal. They were just incredible. And I mean, I'm so proud of all of them.
It's a really hard choice.
This is so painful and hard.
With the local judges' opinions considered, it's up to the 2 Kellys to decide who has done enough to secure a spot on the TED main stage.
Rima, she was speaking from her experience here living in the Middle East. It's a talk out of a region that's in conflict, but to me, a lot of people around the world can apply.
Oh yeah.
What she said, it matters. Oh, Tala
ruined me today.
I know.
In the best way.
That was by far the best delivery I ever saw her give, too. She rocked it.
She was so powerful. You could feel her talk about resilience, echoing through the room.
Nelly, I mean, she was so great,
She was amazing.
Yeah.
Her talk had everything. It was powerful, it was emotional, it was inspiring.
It's so hard to even imagine what she overcame.
She spoke the words that her dad was saying on screen.
I died. Oh. Dina, I will forever think differently of my grocery list.
I love Dina so much.
Yeah.
Her talk was so interactive. She had the whole audience talking with her, which I think is hard to do.
She really had fun up there. I mean, she really had fun. This was incredible. I'm having a hard time saying cons about anybody. Everybody did such a beautiful job today, and this is so painful and hard. You guys killed it today. You did something absolutely incredible that you should be so proud of, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
You guys all gave it your best today, and it was such an honor to be able to watch all of it.
All the work that you all have put into this and all of the care that you put into it, be really proud of yourselves, each one of you, because you are spectacular humans. One of you here will go on to take the stage in Vancouver. The winner is Nelly.
Can I give you like an air hug? Thank you, Kelly. Thank you. It really feels like a dream. So many emotions came out because I was talking about my dad, and around this time 5 years ago is when he passed. So I felt so much last night, and I woke up today and I was just like, just try to pull through the day, just try to pull through the day. And whatever happens, you know, Allah chooses what happens. Just do your best. And I really can't believe that I've been selected. It's surreal.
I've always loved Nelly's talk. I thought hers was just so powerful.
She's got the raw materials, she's got the stage presence. I think she's gonna be spectacular in Vancouver and really shine on the stage there too.
It's her next mountain.
Thank you.
You represent us all.
Really, thank you guys.
You would rock it. Carry the flag.
Thank you. And you all inspired me. Seeing you all today, just wonderful.
Feels emotional to leave Amman. You all have just so welcomed us. It feels very special here, and this feels like a very special community.
Thank you so much. And I'll see you guys in Vancouver.
Yes.
A winner is chosen. And it's Nelly, who is selected as Amman's voice and the final speaker chosen for the TED main stage. And with that, the TED Ideas Search draws to a close. From ancient ruins to modern megacities, it's a journey that took us across the world. Different places, different stories, united by ideas. Ideas shaped by culture, experience, and change.
My talk will save lives.
So big.
This is the real deal.
It's a really powerful idea. It can make so much impact.
Such an encouraging, warm environment.
I'm getting goosebumps right now talking about it.
I couldn't take my eyes off of you.
You're gonna make me cry. It's making me emotional.
I want everybody in the world to feel that.
Ideas born in homes, classrooms, and conversations. Ideas that ask us to look again at the world we think we know.
The stories we're told don't always match reality.
What will it be like when we all get involved?
He pulled it out of the bag.
Oh, look at that! Come on!
1, 2, boing!
يعطيكم العافية.
Do not be me.
We are just like you.
What began as a search ends as an invitation to keep listening, to keep questioning, and to keep sharing.
Joshua Johnson.
Nelly. Because ideas left alone change nothing. But ideas shared, they have the power to move the world.
1, 2, 3.
Ideas change everything.
This was The Search. What comes next is where it begins.